This story is called Tops and Bottoms. The author who adapted this story was Janet Stevens, and she also drew all the pictures. This book is pretty neat. It opens like this. Tops and Bottoms. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was sleep. Not far down the road lived a hare, like a bunny. Although a hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost everything in a risky bet with a tortoise, and had sold all of his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in a bad situation. The children were so hungry, Father Hare, they said. "We must think of something," Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and they cooked up a plan. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house, and of course, Bear was sleeping. "Hello, Bear! Wake up! It's your neighbor Hare, and I have an idea." Bear opened one eye and grunted. "We can be business partners," Hare said. "All we need is this field right here in front of your house. We can split the profit right down the middle." "Yes, sir, Bear, we're in this together. I'll work and you sleep." "Huh?" said Bear. "So what will it be, Bear?" asked Hare. "The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you. Tops or bottoms?" Let's see," Bear said with a big yawn. I'll take the top half." Hare, "Right, tops." Hare smiled. "It's done. It's a done deal, Bear." All right, so they've made a deal. Bear said he's gonna take the top half. So let's see what that means. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone pulled the weeds. So they are busy planting. Bear slept as the crops grew. So here's all the plants. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops and I get the bottoms." Hare and his family dug the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops and tossed them into a pile for Bear, and put the bottoms aside for himself. So these plants that they grew, the bottom part, or the root, we've learned is actually the part that you can eat. So Hare's a pretty smart guy. Bear chose the top, which is the part that grows above the ground. But in this case, the good part is the bottom. Let's see how Bear feels. Bear stared at his pile. "But Hare, all the best parts are in your half. You chose the tops, Bear," Hare said. "Now, Hare, you've tricked me. You planted this field again. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms. Hare agreed. It's a done deal, Bear. All right, let's see what happens next. Oh, Bear is still sleeping. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work, and they planted, and they watered, and they weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms and I get the tops." All right, let's see what Hare has planted this time. Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. Uh-oh. These things that Hare grew this time are better on the top. Bear looked at his pile and scowled. "Hare, you have cheated me again." "But Bear," Hare said, "you wanted the bottoms this time. So here's the bottom pile. It's all the roots and not the good kind that you can eat, like the last things they grew. And this time, all the tops were the good things you can eat." Bear growled. "You planted this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both tops and bottoms." "You're right. Poor old Bear," sighed Hare. "It's only fair that you get both tops and bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear." So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded, and then watered and weeded some more. Bear slept, and the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the bottoms." There in front of Bear's house lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassel at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. Then carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle of the plant and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and said, and watched. "See, Bear, you get the tops and the bottoms, and I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear. It's a done deal." Hare has once again tricked poor Bear, because the top of the corn plant and the roots of the corn plant are not very good, but the middle is where the corn is that you can eat. And Hare says the middle is mine. By now, Bear was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he hollered. "From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take care of the tops, the bottoms, and the middles." Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road towards home. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit from the crops, and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never, ever again became business partners. The end.